Hello everyone, it's Pat at Beads and Plenty More, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pendant with the wire and bead trim around the outside edge. So this one is ruby inzoisite, the stone that I've used, and these stones are beads. They have holes through, and the reason for that I've used that kind is that I can anchor my work a lot better with the hole going all the way through than if it was just a cabochon round. And this one's howlite. So let's get started. I'm using this stone here, which is miconite today, and I need two kinds of wire. I need the 20 gauge wire, which is our heavy wire to go around the outside, and 26 gauge that I use for the wrap and for going through. Okay, so what we do is I cut, for this particular stone I only needed a 0.2 of 20 gauge wire to go around like that, and I cut 0.7 of the 26 gauge, the lighter weight wire, and that's what's going to attach the beads. So I kind of set up working middle and middle. So we go to the middle of this wire and the middle of this one, and I'm going to start with a 3 wrap to secure the wire. 1, 2, and 3, and just tighten those into a nice little coil from both sides. There we are. Now the beads are fed onto the heavy wire, the 20 gauge. So we'll put the first bead on. Okay, there it goes up, and you can use the bead actually to snug up the wire. And then go over the bead and 3 wraps. 1, 2, and 3. And snug that up. So then I alternated by using the black for the next bead. These black ones have a little bit more difficult holes to find. There we are. Pop that one up there. And then we just continue. We go over top of the bead and wrap. So I'm going to work up this direction, and then afterwards I'm going to turn the whole unit around and start from this side and do the other side to get enough to go all the way around. The reason for starting in the middle is that you have a lot shorter wire to work with, and you don't have to feed so much wire all the way around and round. Oh, these little black guys, they are difficult to feed onto. The black on black is hard to find the hole. Try a different one maybe. Oh, first time. Okay, so tuck that in and bring this around again. Of course, when we go to the opposite side, we're reversing directions. 1, 2, and 3. So that's what we're going to do up both sides to make enough to go around my stone bead that I have, and I've already done one so that we don't have to watch me feeding all the beads on. So it will set it up to go around my pendant like so. And now I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and just make a nick on each side of these like so, and so that it'll bring it all in together like so. Make sure they all go around big enough, not too small. You want a little bit more than enough space, not less than enough space. So I'm going to just shift that a little bit bigger because it looks like it's not quite big enough. Much better. So now I'm going to match up those two ends, and with one side of the wire I'm going to wrap them to hold those together. Just do a 3 wrap, and then we're just going to take these two and give them a separation. Then to do the bail, I did a figure 8 over, like that, one side and the other. That one just is going to get. So over one side and around it under the other side. And I've split these open so that the bail will become a little wider in the center. And I'm going to do just this half. You can go bring these in and then do the other half, but I decided I was just going to do it the one half and just give a couple of wraps to finish. And then we're going to do some cutting here. So I'm going to cut this one away. And I'm going to cut this one away. Now, after you cut wire like this, you take the chain nose plier and just give it a good hard wrap like that and push it right in. And the same with this one down here that I nipped off. Goes that way, so we'll just give it a bend that way. Okay, so this now is ready to bend down into my bail. So I'm going to take, actually I'm going to use a pen because it's nice and round. So we'll just take the pen and give it a nice rounded bend on like so. Bring it down at the back. And to finish this off, I'm going to even up the sides. Like so, just a little bit on each. And then take this and give it a turn out, like that. On this side, it's going to be turned out this way. So that sits at the back like that. And when we bring up the wire for the trimming wire, I'll cinch those off. Okay, so I have another piece of wire that's also 0.7. And once again, I'm going to feed that through the bead and center it up. So approximately the middle. And so we'll set that, my bead into my wire work here. Just a little bit tight, so I'm going to give it a work a little push out so that makes sure we're not going to break the stone, which can happen. Okay, so I'm going to cinch this down at the top and hold that bail in place nice and tight. So then we go back to the bottom one here, and I'm going to wrap around these beads, skipping at least 1 or 2 beads as I go, and go from back to front. That one out of the way. Go over there. Go around the top. Turn around. And just keep on wrapping, stay in there, wrapping around the beads from back to front. Oh, I have a gap here. This one slipped on me. Can happen. There we go. Sort it out and start again. Never hurts to start again. So get nice and snug there. Around. Hook onto that bead. And up here onto that one. And up and around. Now we're going to go down the other side too at this point. Now, one of the things I want to make sure to do is to end these wires at the top so that I can cinch them off really good. So wrap around there, around that one. Keeping this nice and snug. Oh, it's starting to take shape now with a few wraps. And then we're going to try to go into a different spot as I'm coming back the second time. bit of variety on my wraps. This one's going to come up through there. Have to make a long one on this one because I want to make sure it gets back here to end. There we are. Now we've got this piece. So I can do some other wraps with that one. I think I'm going to go down this side first because it seems to have less. So we'll just skip over that one, go in there, or maybe I'm going to go into that one, and that one, that one. Just keep wrapping until we're happy with our look. And of course we don't need to worry about the piece falling out of our unit because I've got the wire going through the center. And we'll just give a check on the back here to make sure we're okay. We need to maybe go across this way a little bit on the back to get a little bit more there. It's hard to get both sides to look really good, but I mean, with a little bit of practice, I'm sure we can do it. Okay, so this one's going to turn around and come back because I want to end at the top here. So now just finishing up all the little bits. And tighten it up a little bit. And we've got this similar effect to this one. And this one I used, I've used the round 4mm metal beads on the outside, and this one I used pearls, and the other ones I've used the black Chinese crystal. Both work very well. Anyway, I hope you enjoy making some wire and bead pendants, and bye for now.